Before he became Paul, he was Saul, a brilliant scholar, deeply religious, certain he was serving God. But sometimes you can be sincere and still be wrong. Saul believed he was protecting God's truth. To him, the followers of Jesus were dangerous, a threat that had to be stopped. So he went from house to house, dragging men and women away in chains. Then came a young believer named Stephen. Stephen boldly proclaimed that Jesus was the promised Messiah. For his faith, he was put on trial, dragged outside the city, and stoned to death. As the stones fell, Saul stood nearby, watching, approving, believing he was doing the right thing. But Saul wasn't finished. Determined to silence even more followers of Jesus, he obtained permission from the high priest to travel to Damascus. His mission was simple: find every believer he could, arrest them, and bring them back to Jerusalem in chains. He thought he was chasing Christians. He had no idea Jesus was about to confront him. Suddenly, a light brighter than the midday sun flashed from heaven. Saul fell to the ground. Then he heard a voice. "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Confused, he answered, "Who are you, Lord?" "I am Jesus, the one you are persecuting." In one breathtaking moment, the man who thought he knew God came face to face with the very Savior he had been fighting all along. When Saul opened his eyes, he was blind. The man who thought he saw clearly now had to be led by the hand. For 3 days, he neither ate nor drank. He simply waited. Sometimes God allows the darkness around us to open our eyes to the truth within us. Then God called a disciple named Ananias. At first, Ananias was afraid. Everyone knew Saul's reputation. Everyone knew what he had done. But God said, "Go. He is my chosen instrument." Ananias obeyed. He laid his hands on Saul. Something like scales fell from Saul's eyes. His sight returned. He was baptized, and for the first time, he truly saw. The persecutor became the preacher. The man who once imprisoned Christians would spend the rest of his life building the very church he had tried to destroy. He traveled across the nations, planted churches, encouraged believers. He endured beatings, shipwrecks, imprisonment, and rejection, yet never stopped proclaiming Jesus. He wrote letters from prison that continue to change lives 2,000 years later. God didn't erase Paul's past. He redeemed it, and he redirected it. Maybe you're carrying a past you wish no one knew about. Mistakes, failures, decisions that still haunt you. Maybe you convinced yourself that God could never use someone like you. But Paul reminds us, your past may explain where you've been. It does not determine where God can take you. The same grace that forgave Paul can transform you. The same God who redirected his life can redirect yours. A man who haunted believers. A man who encountered grace. A life completely redirected by the one he once opposed. Because God doesn't just redeem broken lives, he gives them a new purpose. You are Paul.